Hello, it's me. Yeah, I want to look at this Pew Research again. I thought it was pretty interesting. There was only one thing that I noticed while I was watching the video I just made that where they confused thing, or they lumped up two groups together that really kind of skewed the results a little bit. So let me try and see if I can do this here. So we're looking at this percentage of people that believe in God and don't believe in God, and scientists that have faith. So we go down here. We already looked at all the other stuff, but this field biological and medical, this is where they confused me because this would include doctors and biological scientists, researchers. Now this is where there's a big divide here. If they were to separate these two, it would come out a lot different, and it might be a scandal. Because all the medical doctors that are considered scientists, the medical doctors, a lot of them believe in God. This is what was confusing me. A lot of them believe in God, and a lot of the teachers or scientists, biological scientists, don't believe in God, such as Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins is a biologist, or was a biologist when he was working. And so a lot of the biologists don't believe in God, the people in the biological sciences, which is kind of ironic because they should believe in God. Maybe a lot of them do. But if you lump the medical doctors in here, that's going to raise the percentage of the people that believe in God. That's why it's almost average. It's 32 and 19 instead of 33 and 18. Of course, 19% believe in woo, cosmic woo. But that's what was confusing me when I was looking at it. I said, that's not right. That can't be right. And sure enough, I was thinking, that's the reason, is because they lumped in the medical doctors together with the biological researchers, or whatever they call them, or the biological sciences. And I'm sure if they would separate that, it would be a lot different. And of course, we got the chemistry. A large number of chemists believe in God for some reason, and a fairly large number of physicists and geosciences believe in God, considering, well, a lot of them are, research, a lot of geosciences, I guess they researched ancient aliens, so they believe in cosmic woo, the 20%. So, and then there's less that are atheist. Okay, just to recap this, the average is 33% that do believe in God, and the rest actually don't believe in the Christian God. So the rest are not Christian. And Snake was wrong, said that the majority of scientists are Christians. I said, what? You gotta be right. I was thinking maybe 20% or, maybe 30%. But he said the majority, which if you include the people that believe in cosmic woo, that's 51%. That's where he gets his majority from, which is a lie. Because the people that believe in cosmic woo don't believe in God. So that's a important detail, that they don't believe in God. And then you have the ages here, with surprisingly the young people do believe in God, and the older they get, the less they believe in God, because of course the less educated they are with real truth. So there's that. That's what happens. These, which is my pet peeve, is that these atheists, these people here, atheists, these are scientists, agnostic. These are scientists that don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know, and don't know. So what are they going to tell us? What can they tell us? They don't know anything themselves. They don't even know that atheist doesn't prove anything. And what it tries to prove doesn't exist, does exist, because we are all gods, and gods do exist, and all gods get their power from God. This is basic. You can't learn science unless you first learn the Bible. If you don't learn the Bible, you're not going to learn science. You're not going to know anything. If you don't know you have a maker, you're not going to know anything. It's not possible to know anything. So what do you have to tell us? You have to tell us nothing. There is nothing you can tell us. Here you are. You're supposed to be the scientist, and there's nothing you can tell us because you know nothing. Bunch of know-nothings. Look at the general public. The general public puts you to shame. Look at this: 2% atheist, 2% agnostic. The general public puts you to shame, and here you are, an object credit giving idolater. Anyway, I'm just recapping anyway. The general public, 83%, do believe in God. Not necessarily Christian, of course, but do believe in God. 12% believe in woo, which is probably the lowest percentage here that believe in woo. It is. More scientists believe in woo than the general public. More scientists believe in cosmic woo than the general public. Of course, we got the New Agers here, the millennial or whatever they call them, millennials. A lot of them believe in woo, of course, which is to be expected because all the indoctrination and brainwashing they get and stuff. But this is apparently from 2006. This study. Oh, here we go. 2006. "95% of Americans believe in some sort of deity or higher part." Well, that's where you get the cosmic woo, which is not necessarily Christian anyway. And believing in cosmic woo is not going to save you, because cosmic woo can't do anything for you. Cosmic woo didn't make you, and cosmic woo can't remake you again. So that's not Christian, and it's not the truth. And you're going to be misled and ashamed of your belief if you believe in cosmic woo. So that's about it. And I just thought I'd point that out. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? Could you never get any? You couldn't get any never data. Never data? I don't know what never data is. Oh, newer data. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't looking. It was 2006. They probably haven't done it. I guess I don't suppose you want to join the discussion here, would you, Sarah? If you did, I could give you a link. I could invite you in. But it's nice to see you here, checking up on me, making sure I'm saying what is right. I don't know. Let me look at this again. Newer data. I don't know. Scientists and belief. Newer data. Let me see if there's anything else. This is on the top. It came up on the top of the search. Scientists and belief. Pew Research. What scientists believe. When was this? Second. It doesn't have dates on it. what scientists believe. Why don't they put dates on this stuff? This is 1979. I don't know. Ambassador. 2005, 2008. Yeah, I don't think it's changed all that much. It might have changed a little bit since 2006. And I don't see anything here. Okay. 45% of UK scientists don't believe in God. Okay, 2018, yeah. No God, not so fast. Here we go. This is Catholic University. Yeah, Stephen Hawking used to talk about God. He used to talk about God all the time, and then when he got older, he started saying there is no God. Probably because people are saying you gotta say there's no God. Okay. I don't know how much I want to, put value in what the Catholics say. I mean, it's kind of like believing what the atheists say. It's the same thing. No, not really. The atheists, what the atheists say is a lot worse, I'm sure. Um, Scientists, yeah, there's really not too much here. Let me see what this one says, though. 45% UK. Don't believe in God. They gotta make pie charts here. They don't got a pie chart. Anyway. Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, Sarah's shy. I wasn't even screen sharing. I was going looking at the stuff. Anyway, um, yeah, Sarah says she's shy, and actually she's a little sock puppet. Doesn't want to reveal her identity, but she's pretty active, I guess. So I guess it's not that much of a sock count, at least with me, with as far as I'm concerned. Um, Let me see. Let me just go ahead and try to screen share because I wasn't showing anything. Yeah, I was looking at this. 45% of UK scientists don't believe in God. That doesn't mean that 55% do believe in God, but this is what I was looking at. At the top of the list came the scientists in belief. This is 2000. What? It says 2009, but I think the results were from, what is this? When Americans say they believe in God, what do they mean? I guess these are different Pew Research. Beliefs in God, Pew Form on Religion, Public Life, Religion and Science, 2009. Evidence for belief. What is this 2009 anyway? Let's see what this is. Evidence for belief. Religion and Science in the United States. I like pie charts. Despite hostility, instances of hostility toward religion, which there are a lot of, and there's a lot of instances of hostility toward President Trump too from scientists. Scientists have issues with political conservatism. Despite high levels of disbelief in the scientific community, yes, there are high levels. However, science and religion have often operated in tandem rather than cross purpose. I'm not interested in that. Um, Religion and science as adversaries. Yeah, well, science is what you can know. If you can't know it, it's not true. And Christian teaching is about the truth, it's not about religion. So people got a lot of stuff confused, that's for sure. So that's probably about it. We go ahead and see. You hold a lot of hatred toward atheists. No, no, I don't hate atheists. I try to be friends with them and they lied to my face. I'm a little bit naive. I'm from the Amazon. I've been a Christian all my life. I'm a little bit naive and I don't hate atheists. I try to befriend them and try to help them and try to tell them the truth and they just troll me. Case in point, Sarah. But yeah, I'm trying to tell people the truth, and you can't love anybody any more than to tell them the truth. Telling people the truth is love. Of course, we have to tell the truth in love. We can't throw the truth at people, throw it in their face. Can't do that. But yeah, the atheists troll me a lot, so it's not really me that hates the atheists. It's the atheists that like to troll me. And of course, I'm not the only one, too. I mean, they really get on G-Man's case, too, a bunch of other people. Well, Sarah says, how am I trolling? I just asked the question. You've been trolling a lot of my content recently, as far as, asking questions is good, but I don't know. Ask me a legitimate question. I'll give you a legitimate answer. You can say you said something, well, I said this and you said that, but I have to have content. If you don't have content, you don't have context. Or if you have to have context and content, not just blanket statements. You're purple, you're green, you're orange. Yeah, G-Man tries, and that's the important thing. You got to see where his heart is, and his heart, I believe his heart's in a good place. He's trying, and that's the main thing. He's trying, before God and before his fellow peoples. He's trying to do the right thing, and you should encourage that. We can encourage that, and I think he's doing okay. Doing better all the time. We all learn from each other. And it's not so bad. Actually, he wanted to meet up with me the other day. So I don't know. I gotta see what's going on with that. Let me see. Well, anyway, I guess I'll just go ahead and unless somebody has a question. Anybody have a question? I just wanted to explain the difference between these the confusing results on the medical side of things, because a lot of medical doctors I know believe in God. You said you made up the term object credit giver. Yeah, I did. As far as I know, I'm the only one ever saying object credit giver. And it's not, I mean, I made it up, but it's not original. It's not from me, it's from the Bible. It's called idolatry. I just said object credit giver, but it's basically idolatry, same thing. It's jungle jargon words for idolatry, which is not original. It's from the Bible, which is what people have been doing for thousands of years, giving credit to mindless matter. How can someone take the term seriously if it has no true meaning? Who said it doesn't have true meaning? I said it refers to idolatry. Idolatry is an age-old problem of mankind. As a good friend of mine said, mankind flows to idolatry. So, if you're not a Christian, you're probably an idolater, in other words. So it does have true meaning. And it's that people are not taking seriously what I'm saying. That's what the problem is. Because it means idolatry. You know, it's not that complicated. Object, credit, giver, idol, worship, giving glory to mindless objects, mindless matter that can't do anything, can't make itself, can't order itself, can't direct itself. You know, you're giving glory to mindless matter. It's object credit giving. So even the Christians have kind of like shied away from using the same vernacular as me because my jungle jargon. And I kind of prefer it that way anyway. So I'm judging people. Who am I judging? People, you know, define themselves as object credit givers. They define themselves as naturalists. A naturalist is an object credit giver. I'm not judging anybody. It's just what they define themselves as. And things are what they are. And we have to like be cognizant, aware of what we are saying and believing and teaching, especially when you're teaching kids that mindless matter poofed itself into existence and poofed your mom and pop into existence. That's a flat out unscientific belief. And it's not judging people, it is what it is. And it's a lie. So that's what we creationists are about, is exposing the lies of all the object credit giving quote unquote scientists that think they know something and turn out that they don't know much of anything because they don't even know they have a maker. So how can they know anything to tell us anything? Isn't that judgment? Well, you're calling people idolaters when you know nothing about them. Well, it's the only other position you can have. If you're not a Christian, if you're not telling the truth that only your maker can remake you again, nobody else can, then you have to say that natural things made you, and natural things magically caused your existence. So you give all the glory to mindless matter instead of the maker of matter. It's not judgment, it's just the way things are. Because there's only one other position that you can have. Either the maker of matter made matter and made you, or you will believe that matter made itself and made you. And one is idolatry, one is a lie, and the other is true. And we're telling you the truth because Christian teaching is about truth. It's about knowing the truth. And this truth will set you free. And that's if you don't study Christian teaching, you're not going to know what it is. You're not going to be able to know what it is to say what it is. So you can't judge us. You're the ones that are judging us when we're the ones telling the truth and you are the ones telling the lie. So you are judging us because we're the ones telling the truth. You are arbitrarily deciding people are not telling the truth. No, if you're not saying that only your maker can make you, can remake you again, you're not telling the truth. And you're misleading people and leading people away from your maker, leading people away from the truth, and it's the truth that sets you free. So it's not complicated, it's just that people are motivated by their base intentions, their ulterior motives and stuff, you know. But it would be nice. I mean, well, I don't want to put you on the spot. I understand someone who's shy and doesn't want to reveal their identity, especially. But no, but talking in the chat is good enough, though. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, we're the ones telling the truth. Exactly my point. You have decided it is your maker and everyone else is wrong. It's everyone's maker. I don't know why it's my maker. It's everyone's maker. And prove me wrong. You know, that's what it's all about. If I'm wrong, I'd like to know about it, but I know I'm not wrong because I know what the evidence shows. The evidence shows infinite potential, and that infinite potential is God. Because you can't appeal. This is what Snake said was words that he didn't understand what I was saying. You can't appeal to infinite possibilities in limited time and space. You just can't do it. You can't have all wisdom and all understanding by random chance in limited time and space. And if you do have that, if you do have examples of all wisdom, all understanding, and all power, then you have evidence of God. It's not evidence of any natural physical thing, because any natural physical thing doesn't do anything of its own, doesn't do anything with intent, doesn't have properties to write written instruction that's not there, contrary to what a lot of people believe. They believe that matter can organize itself and tell you what to do, or, you know, something like that, you know, which is idolatry. If it can put you together, then it must know what you should be doing, you know. So you look like an animal, so maybe you should act like an animal. I don't know what a bog claim is, but it's not a claim, it's an observation. I have observations. I don't have beliefs. I have observations. I have a belief for the future, for things to do in the future. That's what I have a belief of. But things in the present and in the past, I have observations. The way things are. And you gotta be honest with the way things are. Because if not, you're just a liar and you shouldn't be teaching children. That's my whole point. And I would like to have a chat with some of these so-called scientists that think they know something when they probably don't know much of anything, because they probably never even studied the Bible, read the Bible, or know the Bible to tell me anything. And if you don't know what the Bible says, you probably can't tell me anything. It's probably nothing you can tell me. Oh, big claims, yeah. Big claims, no evidence. They're big observations, that's for sure. That's what I like about it. It's called science. It's called verification. It's called proving. You know, it's called evidence. Evidence demands a verdict. But even if you are a little troll, or I don't know how big you are, but even so, I appreciate it. You know, because apart from that, maybe, what does the Bible have to do with scientific observation? What does the Bible have to do with scientific observation? Scientific observation is what you can know. So observation is what you can know, and the Bible is about knowing the truth. So the Bible has a lot of observations too, much of which is historical, much of which is, of course, factual history, and I mean, it tells us about a flood, and we look in geology. All we see is the results of the flood, a global flood, not just a small flood, a global flood. A global flood, we should expect, destroyed the earth. And when we look in geology, we see evidence of the destruction of the earth. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. You're very, very biased to look at fossils in the ground and not think the world was destroyed, especially when they're all over the world, especially the amount of sediment layers over a mile deep everywhere around the world. Well, what is the logical conclusion? The logical conclusion is that the earth was destroyed by a global flood. And it happens to be a global flood that occurred less than 5,000 years ago. And all of history, all of calendars in history, is no more than 5,000 years old. So it matches up, lines up. There is no human history more than 5,000 years old, unless you're talking about biblical history and related texts, because the Bible is not the only text about history before the global flood. So, does the Bible have anything to do with computer science? Computer science? Well, in a way, the Bible says garbage in, garbage out, That has to do with computer science. You are what you eat, or you are what you believe. And, in that sense, yeah. It's all about computer science. So to the flesh you'll reap from the flesh corruption. So to the spirit you'll reap life and peace. Now these are questions I would like to ask a computer, and I want to see the computer say, does not compute, does not compute, and watch the computer overheat. uh, anyway, I don't have access to a supercomputer, but I would like to ask supercomputer some questions and see what happens. And hopefully it doesn't draw too much power from the power grid. So yeah, it's all about the truth. The computers is a yes or no, on and off. You know, that's what the Bible's all about. Yes or no, on and off, true or false. That's what the Bible's all about. Okay, thank you. Likewise, Sarah. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend, too. All right, I'll see you. Bye bye.